Hey, hey! Welcome or welcome back. We are going to finish reviewing the week 1 Hungryroot box. If you did not see part 1, this is what we are going to be rating the recipes on. We're going to be rating each recipe on cost, ease of prep, and taste, and then an overall rating for that recipe. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and finish week 1 of Hungryroot. Hey, hey, it is time for lunch. It's Sunday, by the way, I believe the 13th, I want to say. And we are going to make one of the other Hungryroot meals, finally. I have 3 more that I need to make, so I'm going to make one for lunch, one for dinner, and one for lunch tomorrow. I am off work tomorrow. I think for lunch, we're going to go with that garlic chicken sausage orzo Alfredo. Alright, these are the ingredients. The Alfredo sauce, the spinach garlic chicken sausage, and the orzo. So for the recipe, we're only going to be using half of the Alfredo, 3 of these chicken sausages, and half of the orzo. So that's going to leave, almost half to make another 2 servings of this. So not bad. We'll see what I think of it, but let's go ahead and get started. That's the orzo, 4 ounces, and 3 chicken sausages chopped up. We have a large pot of water boiling. It didn't say how much water to use, it just said to boil a large pot of salted water and add the orzo. So there is the orzo. Okay, we heated some oil in the pan and we put the sausage in. I need to get my tongs. We are going to let these cook a minute or 2 minutes on each side to sear. And while that's doing that, I'm going to throw some dishes into the dishwasher. I guess I could have got a bigger skillet to use, eh? Alright, the chicken sausage has been cooking. Now we're supposed to add half of the Alfredo sauce and let it heat through for a couple of minutes. Toss them in this. So I did turn the heat down a little bit, quite a bit, so it doesn't burn, which is what it's wanting to do. I've never made orzo before. I may have had it in like meals before, but I've never actually cooked it. So we're going to assume that it is cooked all the way through. We are going to throw some salt and pepper in here. I do like me some black pepper. I need to refill this. And a little bit of salt. We're going to get this mixed up. So I would probably want to throw in a veggie with this on the side. I'm going to call this good. Let's get it on the plate. So here is the, what was it called? Garlic chicken sausage orzo Alfredo. Alright. Alright. Alright, let's give it a taste, see what it tastes like. I don't know if I'm a big fan of chicken sausage or not, but I guess we are going to find out if I like this or not. Pretty good. The Alfredo sauce is nice and creamy. There was a slight hint of garlic flavor from the chicken sausage. And yeah, I mean, it's all right. I'm going to add a little bit more black pepper because I love me some black pepper. I don't know if I have any. I may have some steamable broccoli that I can make, but we'll do that with the leftovers. So, but once it cools, I'll put the other portion into a container and throw it in the fridge for later. The garlic chicken sausage orzo Alfredo only requires 3 ingredients: the chicken sausage, the Alfredo sauce, and the orzo. I couldn't find the exact type or number of chicken sausages at Walmart or any of my local stores, so I got as close as I could with some Gilbert's Caprice chicken sausage. It only has 4 links, so it's 1 short, but it is $4.66. Next, I went with the cheaper Alfredo sauce with Bertolli, not the cheapest, but not the most expensive, a mid-range Alfredo sauce with Bertolli Alfredo sauce, 15-ounce jar for $2.72. For the orzo, I went with the cheapest that I could find, and that is the Barilla orzo for $1.75. That brings the total for this meal, if I were to buy the ingredients myself, to $9.14. So you can make this recipe on your own for a little over $9 before tax, probably closer to $10 with tax. However, the Hungryroot ingredients that you get with this come with enough to make this thing twice. So you are really getting 4 servings with this one for the price of 2 from Hungryroot. You're kind of getting the same with your own ingredients as well, but not bad for Hungryroot. So for the cost on this one, I'm going to give it 3.5 coffees out of 5. For ease of prep on this recipe, it takes a bit longer to cut up the sausages and brown them, but it doesn't take very long to cook the orzo. The orzo can cook while you are browning the sausages. And then you just throw it all together in the same pan. So for ease of prep, I'm going to give this one 3 coffees. Now for taste, this one was pretty good. I did add some black pepper and some Italian seasoning to it, but the Alfredo sauce was really creamy and it coated the orzo and the chicken sausage well. I never made orzo before, but I think I got it to the right texture and it was pretty good. I didn't know how I would feel about the chicken sausage, but it was pretty good. The texture was okay. Texture with meat for me is kind of iffy, so the chicken sausage was okay. And it had a light garlic flavor. Couldn't really tell there was spinach in it other than seeing the color of it, but it was there. So for taste, I think I'm going to give this one 3.5 coffees. I think for this one overall, I'm going to give it 3.5 coffees. I'm being a little conservative here on the rating since this is my first week trying Hungryroot, but I think 3.5 for this one is a pretty good number. Alrighty, it is time to make our last full meal from Hungryroot for this week's order. It is the sweet and sour chickpeas with broccoli. And here are the ingredients for that. Rice, broccoli, garbanzo beans, and the miso glaze. So the first step is going to be we need to cut up the broccoli and then we're going to put them in a skillet, cook it for a few minutes, and then let them steam. And we're going to cook the rice in the microwave and then we'll heat up the garbanzo beans as well. Alright, broccoli is cooking. It's going to cook for a few minutes and we're going to add some water, cover it, and steam it. My bigger skillets are dirty, so we're working with what we have. Amazingly, the lid to my pot fits the skillet. So that is amazing. I am happy to see that. Alright. Gonna let these steam for a few minutes, then we're gonna set them aside and heat up the chickpeas in the same skillet because, as I mentioned, my other skillet is dirty. Alright, broccoli is set aside. We're cooking the beans now. Gonna cook them for a couple of minutes, and we're gonna add water and let the water cook off to soften them, and then we're gonna throw it all together. Alright, the water didn't seem to be cooking off anytime soon, so I just drained the chickpeas, put them back in the skillet. I lost a couple of chickpeas in the process, but not the end of the world. I put the broccoli in before putting the sauce. I think you're supposed to put the sauce on just the chickpeas and then put the stuff in the bowl separately. But I added the broccoli in before adding the miso sauce. It's not as thick as I would like, but there may have been a little bit of water left in the skillet, which could be contributing to it not being as thick. But we're gonna put some rice in a bowl, throw this half of this on top of it, and that'll be lunch. All right, here it is. So the jasmine rice is a seasoned jasmine rice, which actually smells really good. See the rice there by itself in the bowl for my leftovers. I can smell the miso. We'll see if we can taste it. So let's give it a try. All right, got a bite here with a little bit of everything. Couple of chickpeas, a little bit of broccoli, a little bit of rice. Not bad. I wish I had a little more miso flavor. It's probably my fault, but I can smell the miso. Just can't taste it really strong. That might be more apparent in my leftovers once it's in the fridge. But not bad. The rice has a really good flavor to it. And I got the broccoli done enough, so I'm good with that. The chickpeas are firm but soft. They have give, so you're not like crunching on them, but they're not like mush either. So yeah, pretty good. After I finish this, I'll give my full thoughts and more information. So more ratings, I guess. So we will see you a little bit later. All right, last but not least for the recipes, we have the sweet and sour chickpeas with broccoli. Now this recipe only has 4 ingredients that it came with, so not too bad. However, when it came to finding the ingredients to use for this recipe, on my own for this recipe, some of them I can only find online only at walmart.com. So I'll be listing those here as well. We have a 12-ounce bag of broccoli florets for $2.57. A microwavable pouch of Mahatma jasmine rice for $1.98. The yuzu miso glaze, 2.4 ounces for $4.10. This was an online only item. And then Jack's garbanzo beans, a 13.4 ounce little carton, online only also, for $2.30. Now I could probably have found some cheaper garbanzo beans or chickpeas elsewhere, but I tried to match up the exact branding if I could for some of these items to try to get a more accurate matching for price. On some of the recipes I went with the cheapest option because they were branded as Hungryroot, so I just went with whatever I could find. So for this recipe, you can make it on your own for $10.95. So this one you can make on your own for close to $11 before taxes. So for cost, I'm going to give this one 2 coffees, since some of the exact items I can only find online and they aren't local to me. So for ease of prep, this one wasn't too bad. The rice was microwavable, so that was super easy. And the broccoli and garbanzo beans or chickpeas didn't take very long to heat up on the stove in a skillet. So for ease of prep, I'm going to give this one 4 coffee cups. For taste, this one was pretty good. I initially didn't get a lot of the miso flavor because the paste, there was still a little bit of liquid in my pan, so the miso paste got a little liquidy, but I took some of that liquid and kind of dripped it and poured it over my bowl and then kept some also for the leftovers, and that really kind of soaked into the rice more and gave it a more kind of stronger teriyaki miso flavor, which really helped bolden the flavor. Bolden? Is that a word? Oh goodness, grammar. But it kind of gave it a stronger flavor. And I do love me some broccoli, so most dishes with broccoli I'm really going to like. And the garbanzo beans or chickpeas, they gave it a nice texture and also really picked up that miso flavor as well. So for this one, we're going to give it 3.5 coffees for taste. Since I am being a little conservative my first week on the ratings for some of these recipes, overall we're going to give this one 3 coffees. But I would order this one again. All right, these whole egg omelets with cheddar cheese from Crepini were actually quite tasty. Now, I could not find these anywhere. My local Aldi carries Crepini wraps and things, but they don't carry the whole egg omelets. Nowhere locally carries these, so I would only be able to buy these online. And you can only buy these from Crepini and 6 packs of 4 omelets for about $85. So if I were to divide that out to a single pack of 4, $14.16 for a single pack of 4 ready to go omelets. That is a little crazy. So for cost on this one, from Hungryroot, I think we're gonna have to give this one maybe a 5. I don't really know how much these cost through Hungryroot. I think it was 2 points for one pack of 2 omelets. So, but I think for these omelets, we're gonna have to give it a 5 on cost. For ease of prep, these couldn't have been easier. You pop them in the microwave for like 30-35 seconds and they're done. It's a quick, easy snack or quick breakfast if you're on the go, and yeah, they actually tasted quite good. The egg was a nice egg flavor. It had a good amount of cheese in the middle, so you didn't feel like you were skimped. Well, that's probably more for the taste, but for ease of prep, yeah, super easy. Gonna give it a 5. Now, for taste, I already talked a little bit about it. Nice egg flavor, good amount of cheese in the middle, so you didn't feel like you were skimped on cheese. We're gonna give these maybe a 4 on taste. You know, it would be nice if it had something else in it. They do have some sausage and cheese to-go omelets available on their website, but I don't know if we'll ever have those available on Hungryroot. You know, I would say they were good. 2 of these, I mean, they're not super filling, so you might be a little hungry later on, but yeah, we're gonna give this a 4. Overall, for these little to-go omelets, I think we're gonna give these a 4.5 in the Hungryroot package, mostly because I can't find these locally and ordering them online is crazy expensive. So I think these are gonna have to be 4.5 coffees overall. The tamales that I ordered were actually quite good. I couldn't find any reliable pricing for these items. They're really hard to find online. So I'm just gonna have to give them 5 coffees on the pricing because I don't really know how much these are. So yeah, but they are microwavable, so ease of prep couldn't be easier. These get 5 coffees. As for taste, these were really good. The chicken was seasoned and was tender, had a nice green chili flavor. The tamale breading, I guess it's called, I don't know, was really good. And so for flavor, these are gonna get, or for taste, these are gonna get 5 coffees. I really liked these, and I absolutely would order them again, or buy them if I could find them anywhere. So the other grocery item that I ordered was the Ollie snack pack. I've had these snack packs before because Imperfect Foods will have them every once in a while. So I don't remember how much I paid for them through Imperfect Foods, and I also can't seem to find these locally. We have similar little snack packs, like I think Hillshire for like $3.50 or something. But I don't know how much these are. The best that I could find was around $5.50 for one of these Ollie snack packs. So for price, I'm gonna give these 4 coffees. For ease of prep, just open the pack and eat. So for ease of prep, these get 5 coffees. For taste, I really like these little snack packs. I do enjoy cheese and crackers and like salami or pepperoni, whichever Ollie pack you get. So for taste, these are going to get 5 coffees. So overall, for these Ollie snack packs, I think we're going to go with 4.5. I do enjoy these. It's a nice little light snack, and it tastes good. Now, for the box overall for this week, for week 1, we're going to rate this on 3 categories: packaging, cost, and variety. And then there'll be an overall rating. For packaging, it's all packed pretty well. The meats and cold items are on the bottom with a gel pack that keeps them cold. On top of that is a little piece of cardboard with some holes in it. And then on top of that will be like your vegetables or packaged items that don't need to be kept cold. So for packing, I think I'm going to give it a 4 because there is some room in there for the items that aren't on the bottom to kind of get tossed around and for things to maybe get squished or damaged if the box really gets chucked around during shipping. For cost, for this particular box, it costs $113. But I did pay less since I had a coupon code. If I add up the cost of all of the ingredients to buy similar myself for the meals, it's just shy of $50 before tax. For the grocery items, I'm not quite as sure because I couldn't find some of those, but even adding those in, it's still a good $30 or $40 less to purchase the ingredients and items myself. So it's not being able to find some of the items locally makes it a little bit tricky, but I can find similar items. So I think for cost, I'm going to have to give this week's box 2.5 coffees. Going to go right in the middle because this one's a little harder to determine at the moment. So I think this week's box, we're going to give 2.5 coffees for cost. It's a little trickier because I am saving the time of going to the store, doing my shopping, meal prep, all that stuff. But I think we're going to go right in the middle for this week with 2.5. For variety, I think I'm going to give Hungryroot 5 coffees this week. There were tons of options to select from. The grocery items have a good selection as well. You can pick items based on calories, based on sodium, based on the type of food, vegan, gluten-free. So I'm gonna have to go with 5 on variety for this. They have a really good variety of meals and groceries available. Overall for this week, I think we're gonna go with 3.5 coffees. I really enjoyed the meals this week, and they were easy and quick to make. Making it a little bit lower rating, 3.5, is the cost factor because I could buy a lot of these ingredients cheaper on my own. But it is saving me time and energy of going to the store and having to decide what I want to make for the week. So this box is going to kind of act as the baseline since it is my first box that I've ordered. Alrighty, that is all we have for week 1's Hungryroot review. I'm sorry the second part took me so long to get out. I haven't had a lot of time to do editing, and editing takes time. So sorry about that, but we are going to work on week 2's review soon and get that uploaded. So until next time, be safe and take care.